follow-up review on After Effect from the House of Fragrance World. So this is a clone of Initio Side Effect. And originally I didn't want to really pick up anything from Fragrance World, mainly because it seemed like a super cheap, just kind of knockoff company, not a clone company, but like their fragrances use, literally some of them use the same names. Their version of Galloway, Leighton's called Leighton. They even like have like bottles that look like them, but they look cheap. To me, it looked like basically a company that was trying to pass off fakes as, the real thing. So that was something that really kind of put me off to the company. It also turned me off in the sense that I figured the fragrance quality would be absolute crap. But turns out, I saw some other people reviewing some fragrances from them online, on YouTube, and I know Smelly Cat was one of them. They seem to be good fragrances. So, I mean, in line with, Luxador, Latafa, other Middle Eastern brands, certainly are off, if not better. So I figured I'd give this one a shot. I was, it just came out, and I love Side Effects, so man, what better time now, right? I mean, it's the fall weather. So Initio Side Effect, for those who aren't familiar with it, is it's an Oriental spicy fragrance. It's very kind of simplistic. It's mainly made up of rum, vanilla, tobacco, and cinnamon. But it smells very wonderful. It's certainly unisex. It's sweet, almost to the gourmand level. It's not gourmand in the sense it doesn't really smell like any food or anything like that, but it's very sweet, spicy fragrance with this nice kind of boozy accord to it. The booziness isn't over the top. It's more sweet than it is boozy, which, certainly, again, it's a unisex fragrance. It just adds this another kind of layer of seductiveness to it. So anyway, I'm going to get into the review. I know I did first impressions, like I said. The boxes are really nice on these, surprisingly, for, being a kind of cheap clone company. This is a really nice presentation, honestly in line with what you would get almost from the real brand, from Initio. There's an insert in there. You can see the bottle sits in. And here's the bottle. It looks a lot like the real one. It's got this holographic plaque on it. Goes on the side. It's the back. It's got the plate on the bottom. This is Extrait de Parfum and FA. I'm not sure what that is. Fragrance something. The brand's called Fragrance World. This is a 2.75 ounce bottle, so it's an 80 ml as opposed to 100 ml. Caps are pretty tight on there, and they got weight to them. I would not lift it up by the cap, though. As you can see, sometimes it doesn't really hold too well. So anyway, I was able to get this wearing. First impressions were, man, it smells like Initio Side Effect. I was blown away. It was honestly, I was not expecting it to be as good as it was, again, given the kind of preconceived notions that I had about Fragrance World. Now, like I said, I was very pleasantly surprised. Now, because you can see the presentation on these aren't great. That atomizer puts out nothing. Okay? Oh, it smells so good, though. Oh my gosh, it smells really good. Yeah, you get that sweetness in the booze right in the forefront. There's a kick of spices behind it. Oh, dude, this is good stuff. But try not to get off topic. But anyway, even that little spray smells pretty nuclear. It's filling the room. Projection's great. Now, performance is really what this video is about. I'd say this is extremely close for those that didn't see the other video. Scent profile wise, this is slightly less sweet, and I'd say slightly spicier. Not a whole lot, but slightly spicier than the original. Otherwise, it smells smooth. It smells very well blended. And, honestly, in the air, the sillage, I don't think anybody could tell these apart. That's from the real one. The issue is, so performance. I got, after the first spray, or first wearing, or actually, no, first spray, sorry. I thought this was going to be like a complete monster because, like I said, I just sprayed that one little, whatever that was. You saw it was barely a spritz, and it filled this kind of entire area. I can still smell it now. And it does. It projects like crazy. So I wore 6 sprays, and what I'm talking about giving the distribution is going to be important here in a minute. I wore 6 sprays. I got, I want to say 6 hours out of it. I didn't put it on until after the gym because I didn't want to be, blowing up the gym, given the scent profile. Put it on afterwards. I had to unfortunately shower. I put it on at like 12, I believe it was. I had to shower around 6. And it was still there before the shower. And after the shower, I could smell it like very lightly, but it didn't last a whole lot longer past that. So I got about 6 hours, 5 or 6 hours, which isn't bad. But I think, honestly, I think this is more of a beast than, that first wearing would really let me realize. One, because like I said, this is filling the room right now. I think the issue is this spray, this distribution, that one's a little better. Most of them, they're so thin. So it goes wide, but there's not a lot of juice. So I think, honestly, I think 2 sprays of this is about probably 1 of most other bottles. So I don't know that I would go 10 or 12, but I think if you gave, no, I take that back. I think if you did about 8 of these, 8 or 9 sprays, I think this would last well into the 8-hour mark and really pop off the skin. For me, it did. I got good projection for the first 2 hours. And then, like I said, it kind of got closer, but I could still smell it. People were picking it up on me, so that was good. But I think a lot of the reason it didn't perform even better, like I said, was because it's just simply the distribution sucks on these bottles. So it's kind of weird. It's unique in the sense that I think really to get a good wearing on this, you would have to apply 8 to 10 to get something that would show what it really can do projection wise, if it were basically you were applying the same amount as another fragrance, just because it's not putting out as much juice with these spray. So that's my take on it. This is a hell of a deal for what it is. It's a clone of Initio Side Effect. It's dang close. It smells amazing. Like I said, performance even with the light misting, with the 5 sprays I put on, it lasted me 5-6 hours, and then I had to shower, so it could last longer. But I think if you did 8, 9, I think this would pop for a long time. I really do. And the price point, $65 from AJ Exclusives, which is the retail or the eBay store that I go to. Now, I was able to do the Or Best offer. I told him I'd do reviews. He does have Or Best offer obviously on there. So if you're interested in getting it and you want to get it from him, I'm not sure of other places that carry it right now, but there might be other people on eBay. But if you want to get it from him, and he's over here, in the States instead of in India, that's the other suppliers on eBay do have it, or from India. Do the Or Best offer. Tell him that, it doesn't have to be me. Just tell him that you saw a YouTube review from one of his fragrances from a store and you referred to him. And he will most likely give you a pretty good discount. Like I said, this is $65. I'd ask $50. I think he would take it. For that money, this is a steal. This is definitely one of my favorite, clones I've picked up recently. Certainly one of my favorite Middle Eastern fragrances I've picked up thus far. Now I will say, I'll do a review on that later. I'm getting off topic, but yeah, I just want to give you all my follow-up impressions. Like I said, performance, I got 5 or 6 hours, but I think this really can do a lot longer than that. I think it just comes down to how bad the distribution is on the atomizers, with this bottle they chose to use. But even so, even if I only get 6 hours out of it, it smells fantastic, and those 6 hours are wonderful.